Okay.
I'm here. Hi.
But before we ask you anything about your site, I think everybody wants to know, how did you get the Twitter name Hunger Games? Because people would kill for that.
Actually, our administrator, Aya, she originally got the username. I think she just knew that Twitter would be popular someday, so she decided just to reserve the name. I think we started using it like maybe last year, so that's pretty much how we got it. We got it around September 2008, so that's how we got it. Yeah.
That's really great, and it's just Hunger Games. So anybody who wants to follow the best Twitter on Twitter, it's put in the @ symbol and the words Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is Lionsgate, but just Hunger Games is our friend Saph over here. So she's in good company. So Saph, maybe you can just kind of give a general overview. What is it that your site does? I don't fully understand it still, I have to be honest. I thought it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Thank you.
And it seems so complicated. So can you tell our listeners what? Yeah, sorry, go ahead. What is it exactly?
Sorry. Okay, so the Hunger Games RPG, hungergamesrpg.com, is mostly, it's kind of like, you know how you write a story? It's kind of like, instead of writing a story, you make your own character, and then you write with that character with someone else's character. So you kind of have like this plot going on, and it's kind of like a story. If I have to say it that way, it sounds kind of plain, but it's literally that. So you have threads and all these things, and people make plots, and they're really, really nice plots. And people just develop their writing skills, and it's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And I actually got to know Saph because, mostly because of her Twitter, but one day she randomly tweeted that there was a group chat going on, and I figured, what is this? So I joined in there. Turned out to be 3 hours later, it was a pretty fun chat with a bunch of people.
So
I know.
Yeah.
Savanna, you were in that chat. I think
I was in that
Sam
chat too.
Yeah, she was there.
Sam showed up for a while. It was really fun. You should do that again.
I know, we did that once.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a horrible story, but like we did it another time. Seamus and I, we got another chat going, and then I put it in the chat box of my site, and then like everyone joined, and then like this drag queen and the stripper came in, and they decided to video chat with us, and it was really, really weird. But I don't
you know what? I think I saw you posting about that somewhere, and people were telling you which one to get rid of. And some people wanted you to keep the stripper. Others thought that you should keep the drag queen in.
I know. I don't know. The members
were
really
a little too much role play going on in those cases, I think.
I know. Okay. The general. Oh, can I just go back to the site?
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, well, the general thing about the site, it's set about 20 years before the Hunger Games, the book. And so we have the Hunger Games going on. It's about 3 times a year we hold the Hunger Games, and it's usually based around, like, chance and strategy. And, like, everyone wants to get their tribute in because it's really, really fun to play. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I don't know how to really detail, but
no, it really sounds amazing, and you have a lot of people are involved in this, right? I mean, many people playing.
I know. Well, the members are really, really great. I love them so much. They're like adorable, and they're so supportive. And it's kind of hard to say, but it's kind of like there's so many different people on there, but then like everyone gets along, and that's really awesome. So that's my favorite part about the site, really. But they like all get along. They write together. It's really awesome. I love it. Yeah. Sorry, I have nothing else other than compliments to say for these guys. I don't even. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. Can people play from all over the world? For instance, and I bring this up because they're such loyal listeners of our show and participants. Mm-hmm. If you were in the Philippines, for instance, like our friends Hunger Games Philippines, could they play just as much as someone who's in Michigan or New York or California?
Yeah, of course. This is like a writing game. So pretty much you write and then you wait for a response, then you write again, then you wait for a response. And if they're awake in at 3 o'clock United States time, I promise you someone else is probably still online. I'm not quite sure why, but usually there's like someone up 24/7. It's really yeah.
So if you hear that, international sites out there, you can promote this to your students as well. Fans, what am I saying? Teachers out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got fans.
So I guess students of the game, you could say.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions about this role-playing, any of the panelists? I know, Natalie, you had a little bit of a history in fan fiction once upon a time. Is this something that would have appealed to you when you were really active in that world?
The whole role-playing thing? Actually, I was never really a fan of that stuff. It's only because I'm a horrible actor, and actually my boyfriend is big into role-playing games, and I've done like a few with him and our friends, but I'm so self-conscious, and I think even if I were doing it online, I would feel like I never quite embodied I feel like I wouldn't have the ability to embody the character like as consistently as was necessary, because I feel like with fan fiction you can kind of get around it, you can write bits and pieces or kind of, stick with the character that you feel really, or maybe a motif, a way of writing that you feel really comfortable with. But I don't know. That said, I would find a lot of those on LiveJournal, a lot of them for different fandoms, and especially fandoms where the interest had kind of died out and there wasn't a lot of new fan fiction, there would still be role-playing games. So it wasn't a way to like still experience those fandoms. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it, but hats off to those who are able to keep, like you said, a 3-hour, really exciting session going.
Well, I'll just say this, and this is a little bit of a hint, but nothing more can be said about this than what I'm saying right now. But if you like role play, if you like adventure, there may be something really cool on the way that a bunch of us on the show are involved in that may be unveiled in a couple of weeks. So that's all I'm going to say, including our friend Saph, by the way, from Hunger Games RPG. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be unbelievably extraordinary. I'm just going to.
Oh, and I
don't want to
also
play it up too much.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to remind everyone, too, don't forget about this new website that's popped up, panampress.com. They're still taking applications for writers and editors, and it kind of is like a role-playing game in the sense that it looks like it's going to be a newspaper that is published by the Capitol, but it says that it will also function as an underground newspaper for the different districts. And this newspaper will sort of follow all of the events leading up to the 74th Hunger Games. So you can write articles from the perspective of Capitol citizens or people living in the different districts. So if you're interested in role-playing stuff, and in particular in writing role-playing, then that could be a really cool opportunity for you. And that site is panampress.com.
Yeah, that site looks amazing.
I just wanted to mention it because I was just thinking about writing and role-playing, and this sort of ties right into that, and it looks like it's going to be really, really cool.